On this episode of China Uncensored, Hit and Run! Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. In my recent episode, China Declares War on the Chinese People, I said that China's vast array of standard, secret, and military police officially get more money than the Chinese military. So, rather than existing to protect and serve the Chinese people, the police in China are an extension of the Chinese Communist Party and function more as a means of making them obey the party. Here's an example. I hope they see that Oh. And the police drive off. There's no word on whether or not the pedestrians survived, but if they did, I'm sure they'll rest comfortably knowing that China's police are absolutely dedicated to fighting crime, and they'll crush anyone in their way to do so. So, yeah, the police suck, but, I mean, the driver of this car didn't stop either. Come on, where's the love for your fellow man? Actually, this is a problem in China, something contemporary Chinese social critics have been pointing out for years, that while China has developed materially, it's come at the cost of its spiritual civilization. It reminds me of a similar thing from 2011. Yue was only 2 years old when, well, we don't need to see that. But get this, over the next 10 minutes, 18 people walk past without doing a thing to help, before ultimately she's run over by another van. She died 2 weeks later from her injuries. It was a huge story in China. The China Youth Daily, the official Communist Party paper for youth, did a survey and 88% of respondents said Yue died because of a growing apathy in China towards other people. Amazingly, another 71% thought all those people just walked past Yue because they were afraid of getting in trouble themselves. That's because Good Samaritans in China often find themselves getting blamed for the crime. The most famous example is from 2006, when a 65-year-old woman fell while exiting a bus. While others passed by, a 26-year-old student named Peng Yu stopped, helped her to the hospital, and even paid part of the bill. The woman, of modest means, thanked Peng by suing him for $7,000, saying he pushed her. The case went to court, and the judge famously said it was common sense that the only reason someone would help another person is if they had a guilty conscience, and ruled against Peng. That proved a grim lesson. In 2009, a 75-year-old man also fell after disembarking a bus. No one dared touch him until he shouted, "It was nobody's fault, I fell by myself." Then everybody nearby helped him out. But here's the kicker. 6 years after the Peng Yu case enraged the country, some newly disclosed documents from the trial that hadn't been made public came to light. Apparently, Peng confessed to pushing the old woman, then solicited local media and online forum moderators to paint him as a martyr. On top of that, Peng and the 65-year-old granny were in cahoots. They had already agreed to a financial settlement. And on top of that, law enforcement officials had testimony and evidence that Peng knocked the old woman down and didn't say anything. So for years, people have been afraid of helping each other because of this crazy lawsuit case that was a total sham. That's just, I can't even really wrap my head around that one. Which kind of begs the question, if that whole thing hadn't happened, would somebody have helped Yue? So what do you think of all this? I mean, it seems to me like people in China want to help each other, but they've been made too afraid to do anything. Share your thoughts by either commenting below, or you can follow me on Twitter, or like China Uncensored on Facebook. And as always, be sure to subscribe for more episodes of China Uncensored. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.